In fact, we are getting also reports now that Iranian forces are confiscating Starlink dishes in Tehran amidst a total internet blockade. Some Iranians have been using Elon Musk Starlink services to communicate with the outside world. Mehdi Yayanejad, co-founder at Net Freedom Pioneers, has told a newspaper there that the crackdown has slowed people from using Starlink but not entirely halted the effort. Starlink terminals began showing up in Iran during the last significant demonstrations in 2022. Iran's internet has now been cut for 5 days for its 90 million people to control violent demonstration, authorities say. So Starlink dishes now being confiscated as well by authorities there amidst this net shutdown, Major General Dwivedi.
Well, Uday, connectivity is very important for any protest or any revolution to actually fructify. Once you disconnect people, then the point is that you are able to control the situation. And connectivity actually is fuel to the fire. So therefore, I think the security forces of Iran are targeting any type of connectivity with the outside world because that gives the impetus to the movement or to the revolution. And once you confiscate these Starlinks, and as it is, internet is, I think, down for last 5 days, so there is a total blackout. And once there is a blackout, then the internally people do not know what is going on outside, and external countries or external forces don't know what is going on inside. So you almost insulate. And once you insulate, then it is easier for the security forces to gain control. So that's exactly what the security forces are doing, is to insulate the nation, insulate the country, disconnect, ensure that connectivity, all means of connectivity are broken or interfered, and that's how you actually gain control. And that is one of the reasons how this current situation has been partially brought under control, because their total media blackout and also disconnect with the external forces.
We are getting now a statement from Qatar as well. Qatar has reacted to the escalating Iran-US tensions. Qatar says it is trying to de-escalate the situation as per a statement made by the Qatari foreign minister spokesperson. Qatar says, we know any escalation could have catastrophic results in the region and beyond. Therefore, we want to avoid that as much as possible. Ansari has added that diplomacy is the most effective way to resolve regional crises, and we're working on this with our neighbors and partners. So the Qatari is also now weighing in on these rising tensions, saying it's very concerning for them, Ambassador Mukherjee.
Many more will weigh in that region, Uday, because they are fully aware of the catastrophic consequences if the global oil trade from that region gets affected. Straits of Hormuz, etc. This is not as simple as the abduction of Maduro and his wife and bringing them to New York prison and saying that it's a law and order issue and it's not an act of war. In this particular case, it is an act of war. If they intervene, it's an act of war against Iran. And Iran has its allies, but even those who are not very friendly with the regime understand the implications of an Iran descending into chaos with its nuclear weapons in uncertain hands. Moreover, in case, as has been rumored, there are preparations to enter Iran from the Pakistani border, that would be a huge strategic error that Pakistan would be committing.
Yes.
One thing to take out Osama bin Laden, it's quite another thing to offer your territory to the Americans to invade your neighboring country.
Okay.
That is something we need to watch out for also there. What kind of intervention are they planning?
Okay.
And they are at all aware. But the way it is going, I would say that cutting off connectivity actually is slowing down the protests and would perhaps help the regime to get some temporary control. But in order to assuage the protesters, they would have to address the key issues which are purely economic. Purely economic. They have, and lack of governance. They have to address those issues if they want to go back.
We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story. For the time being, we've run out of time. My thanks to our guests for joining us on this broadcast. Let's slip into a short break.